Alright, here we go again. Back on YuGiOh Duel Links. Probably playing this for a little while just because Path of Exile new league doesn't launch for a bit. So I'm on this, and I played a few games, hit Legend Rank 3, um, and we're just gonna go through a few more games with Yosenju and see how it goes. While I was playing, I had a crazy, wouldn't say crazy, but a game against Witchcrafters where I got to see what they actually do rather than just put Veer out and, or whatever her name is, and they do a lot of stuff. So that matchup seems much worse than what I thought it was prior to that game. But, I mean, I guess it depends on the hand too. Alright, so guessing we're against Blackwings here. They're on the play. We'll see how many things they summon. Our hand's medium. We probably survive like one turn worth of hits, depending on how many synchros they put out. If they fill the board of big guys, and they have Harpies hunting around, this is like one turn of survival. We get a card draw, but this is pretty rough. Unless we get a Sword Sting, this game is it's tough. So he's also got a face down card. Usually for them it's Cyclone. I would have loved to get a Yosenju 1 somewhere. He's got the Whirlwind. So, I mean, really on this one, it's just swing with 2, draw a card off Isna. Hope he's not doing anything too crazy. Again, that's usually Cyclone for Blackwings. We'll see. Looks like it's not Floodgate, or could be like something weird like Karmic Cut. Oh, that's, I don't know. I don't think that's ideal. This doesn't really matter for us. We never send that guy to the graveyard. On this, well, I mean, we'll see if he's got anything. But it's either get 1 and try to kill him next turn, or get Sword Sting, and that kind of sets up if he has 2 synchros. I mean, either way, he's probably going to attack through OEM, so I attempt to just get the Sword Sting. Actually, if we do 1 and then OEM gets us another 1, we could do 1, 2, 1 and bounce 2 things, which maybe is good enough. So this probably gives us a little bit more options. Not attacking with either of these guys, obviously. Also, I noticed my volume was pretty low last time. I tried to adjust input, but it's just on the headset, so we'll see how that goes. I don't want to throw away Kytroid. I guess it's just Isna. Isna. I don't know how to say that. Isna sounds like Yzma. More face down cards. I guess that's also an argument to not get the Sword Sting, is if those are most likely Cyclones, then why play the Sword Sting? So I kind of just want a Kytroid because we don't want to discard any of these, and if we draw and then keep all our cards in our hand, we're gonna have to discard something next turn anyway. So that seems fine. Yeah, we'll just run him out again. So he's got something. Oh yeah, Blackbird. Yikes. Totally forgot about that. But we care about this guy. I thought he was gonna get the effect of this. Destroyed and sent to the graveyard. I guess it was tributed. We'll play this down. Again, I'm guessing it's Cyclone, but it doesn't matter. Either way, we're gonna want to put it down at some point. Though, if it's Cyclone, I doubt he'd pass. Or, like, let it become active. Man, Whirlwind's rough. It's only Winged Beast. If we throw down OEM now, we have to discard one of these. I'm tempted just to Kytroid and then take the 15. Because I kind of want both of these guys. Being able to bounce this would be awesome. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Kytroid and take the 15. Do the one in the graveyard. It's like maybe a little risky, but I feel like 21's fine. We've only got 2 cards in graveyard. And then with this active, once our guy lands, I've got a counter for whatever that is. Which I'm kind of curious because it hasn't come up. Again, make sure to push no if your only guy is OEM. I've done that too many times. So we're going to activate and bounce the Synchro. And I think we're just going to hit his guy. I'm guessing he's got some sort of battle trap. I mean, I don't want to lose my guy, so let's counter. Even though Lance wouldn't have been the worst outcome there. Alright, and then now we've got a full Kytroid, OEM, and Sword Sting. And he's got 6 cards in graveyard, so he probably just loses here. Yeah, this one worked out. I mean, he didn't have like the crazy plays whole hand play, especially for opening with Whirlwind. So we'll see. Probably step up through fusions. That's all fine. Or not fusions, but synchros. We're basically waiting until this gets targeted or battle phase. Because there's no point in doing it before, because they just special summon if they control guys. I guess we could do it there and maybe it's good. But, so here it is. He targets. We show him the same 2 that he's seen before. Bounce both his guys. Oh, what is that? Oh, man. It's too good. But I've got so many things here. He paid 1,000 to, or paid 400. He only had 400. So, all right. I mean, suboptimal on his part, but we had plenty of ways to not die there. So great. Alright, we'll keep going. So you kind of see the more of these games you watch, the more you'll see Sword Sting is just MVP most of the time. I mean, I guess you could call the whole Yosenju mechanic of not having creatures have to sit on the board. You get to play real safe, get to play around a lot of interaction, but Sword Sting just keeps you alive in so many cases. 30 card Neos Fusion. With blue eyes stuff. is what, Ultimate Dragons. Alright, so it's same kind of thing. He just gets a spell or trap if he destroys him. And again, like one of Neo's Fusion's biggest benefits is that if your fusion monster is destroyed, then you get to banish this card from the graveyard instead. So like Sword Sting just gets around that. I mean, he could definitely have Cyclone, and that just wins. Okay, there we go. Now we have another protection. I mean, there, like, you know, ideally, like one of these two, either Sujik or Izna, is a comma to Yosenju 2, and he can attack over or attack directly, and alright. So this is probably Blue Eyes' best play against us, is being able to get out Spirit of the White and hit our Sword Sting. It forces us to use it early. Yeah, and that a lot of times sets up this Ultimate Dragon thing. And we'll see. It's kind of a toss-up on which one he gets. But if he doesn't have any back row, destroyed by battle. This makes 2 attacks on monsters. And the damage step attacks monster, but the monster's not destroyed. So, so a mistake I made before while playing against this deck is putting this guy in attack mode, because he's not going to destroy OEM. So OEM is going to get destroyed and not be destroyed by a battle. So I don't get the search. And actually that's maybe just not a good play in this case. I probably should have gone for it. But so what I've done before is put OEM in attack mode, especially since I have Sujik. But last time he had, I don't know, whatever card that, the luckiest of draws. Whatever card that like gets summoned when one of your Blue Eyes dies. So I just got blown out because I put OEM in attack mode, traded. He got to put another guy in play and kill me. So now I like really hesitate to trade off with Blue Eyes when I don't have to. Yeah, it just concedes because I'm annoying. But that Shadow game, like you put so many cards in your graveyard, and he had 8 cards in his graveyard, so then it just becomes like stall the game and win. But at the same time, 2 can attack over and different things. But I don't even know the card's name. That's the effect. If anyone knows, cool. Like, throw it out there. But it was just one of those things where you play a certain way thinking, oh, there's no downside to just trading OEM for his guy rather than just losing my OEM with no search. And then you get blown out by some random card. And then you never want to do that play ever again. But sometimes it's still the correct play. I hate this guy. Like, he seems so good, right? Keeper Dragon Magic. He gets to summon big guys from the graveyard. He gets to search for Neo's Fusion. It's like he does everything you could ever want. And I don't like him because Sword Sting's weak against him, so I don't like that. So I think I want the 1 out to try to bounce this guy. So I could do 2-1-2, potentially hit for 18, or I just do 3-2-1 and get the search. I feel like the search for OEM is better, just a little more insurance, especially because a lot of times these decks have a cyclone. So just have some sort of hand trap to work with. I mean, it's not gonna matter. Though, I really don't mind Floodgate all that much because it's still a layer of defense. So put that guy back. Great. Set. So now, since I have 2/2s, I could trade this guy. And potentially he just keeps getting back the one dude. The downside is if he has a battle trap, which it wasn't a summon trap, this just goes very wrong. Hey, I'll take it. Hey, he does have the Cyclone, which that seems super risky on his part because, right? Because he just maybe dies. But see, I look at this and I'm like, you got 2 cards, 1 known card. Okay, you got Switcheroo as well. Oh yeah, one of them's Volcanic Shell. So yeah, 2 unknown cards. Yeah. But yeah, I guess what other play do you have? Just not use Cyclone the whole game. So yeah, there's Swordston got Cyclone, but just the 3-2-1. The first one, maybe that guy misplayed. If he doesn't understand that Floodgate doesn't stop the summon chain, then potentially he could just hold on to that Floodgate to hit one that seems more threatening. And at that point, if he had the Cyclone anyway, then he just needs to stop his Brave Neos from getting hit with anything. So probably a mistake on his part. But I don't know. What is the option at that point then? Probably hit the 2, because if you do wait and hit the 1, then the 2 hits you, and I get a search, and I get to put OEM in hand. Maybe that's not as crazy as is keeping alive your Brave Neos, because Brave Neos is also drawing you cards off of killing my guys, and I don't know. Probably a misplay. Awesome. Reboot. Happens sometimes. So I wanted to keep this video a little bit shorter than last time. Hey. Oh, we passed the reset. Ah, that's not the absolute worst. And I'm curious what you guys think. So the 2 events that are going on, the Igami, or however you say it, I'm going to say all the names in this game wrong, but the Igami and this Hasselberry event, like both of them to me seem mediocre. I mean, that Igami one is just there's like no real auto dueling because you want to be able to kill the things, and I don't know, if you have a good Blue Eyes or Dark Magician deck, maybe you can, but I can't. I don't have either of those, and so I'm using Aroma Mages with the Winged Dragon of Ra, and it works half the time if I play it. And then just the games are long. The games feel long, and you don't get much out of them. So it's not my favorite. Hasn't been my favorite so far, but at least they give you these extra like 30 gems per day or something for supporting. These duelist appearance things are fine. They're just, again, it's just kind of a pain. You have to jump to that world, switch your character or whatever to the deck you want, and then battle them. And I don't know. I don't have any dinosaur support, so like the miscellaneous Saurus or whatever. So I still have been doing them for the most part. I'm not going to right now just because I'm trying to do this stream recording thing. But if you guys have any feedback, or I'm curious what people's thoughts are. I see on Reddit that people don't like it, but um, I mean Reddit's generally a subset of the community. I know on other games I've mentioned Path of Exile, but Reddit's like a little, I don't know, I wouldn't say more hardcore, but maybe less casual than your average player. So a lot of the opinions are skewed a little bit towards um, less casual gameplay, or like kind of a some amount of time, like 20 hours plus per week or something, is kind of the general feedback, it seems like, on how to do things. Because for me, I honestly don't play it that much, so it'll take me like a week worth of playing to get a character to uh, like end game. Alright, so this we get draw off Isna. I guess I should have done that first, but whatever. Commit to traps. We'll see what he's got. If he's got a floodgate, it kind of stinks because this is our good one, and he stops us from drawing from Isna, because Isna needs another Yosenju monster to draw a card. Rebirth of Parshath. I honestly don't know what this does. Negate the activation. Does it destroy? Shuffle it into the deck. Ooh boy. Wow. This guy's not too crazy, but that's a little uncomfortable. Like, this isn't the best hand by any means. And if he's got another one. So I don't want to sword sting a single guy. If I OEM, it's a pretty big commitment just to put a defense guy out, but I think I'm going to. Like, I definitely can't take the hit, and I'd rather not sword sting the single guy that he has a counter trap to just pull him right back out. So we'll see. So activate, wall up, and let's just hope to draw, I guess. He's got more cards in his discard pile and has paid 1,000 life, so we're just sitting on this for now. Again, not a stall deck, but the deck does stall. Is kind of the feel of it. Is stall's not your number one game plan. Alright, see, that's fine. I guess I could have secret moved to kill his guy, but if he attacks, we just trade. If he attacks and rebirths, I should be able to. So he discards. Does this guy do anything if he's discarded? Yuck. Well, so I have to secret move, so I counter his counter, and hopefully he doesn't have another one. But, so he paid life. Ideally I get my search here. He gets this effect. But it's just search for a level 7 or lower. Okay. The judge, which isn't all that crazy. I get a search, and I think I just go for the kill, right? Because I still have this guy. He's still got double heads that he can use. So if he does get a turn or has any conditional things, I mean the judge will auto stop one effect, which can be Kytroid. But I don't know what a set card is if he's playing the Parshath thing. I mean, even if he like summons a monster, oh gosh. Yikes. And so the big bummer there is I can't use Sword Sting because I have no Yosenjus in my hand. And this gets auto countered. So I'd rather save it for something bigger, maybe? Yuck. This is bad. That's... I can't tell you how much I hate Lava Golem. You know, it's one of those where it's like you hate playing against it, you hate playing with it. I don't know. It's never, ever my favorite. So if he has any other monster, I think I just lose, right? I can't activate either of my cards. Kaitroid, the first shot gets countered. So I have to double Kaitroid to stop this attack. Oh no. Hey, what's up with Cup of Aces animation? Well, I mean, I don't know if that was the smartest on his part. Did I need to chain that? Let me use it again? I need to chain it. I don't know how this game works. I was supposed to activate it twice, I guess. I thought it would give me a chance to reactivate after his effect went on. Well, because that's, I think of it in terms of Magic, where it's like, I activate, his effect goes on the stack, and then I get a chance to respond, but in this game, it's not the case. It's, I activate, his interrupt just happens, because it's, I don't know, maybe you'd call it like a replacement, or like something conditional. Like the condition was met, so his thing went off and it countered. Oh, this is a terrible hand. I don't know where to put Sword Sting in these cases. But I am going to set everything because I'm weird. But really for me, I honestly don't care about the secret moves. So rather than set one secret move, one with Sword Sting, and he has a 50-50 chance to kill one, I'd rather just wow, so he seems like he's just on straight stall, which makes me not want to attack this. Right? I mean, he's gaining life each turn. That's rough for me. But I need at least a second guy. And then it's just... Does he floodgate this? I don't know. So definitely no. Do I want to hit his thing? Does it have less than 2,000 defense? I think it's the guy that can't die once. Oh boy, what is that? This is an old card. I don't care about this. I think I'm just going to kill it because I'm not chipping fast enough, so I'm going to rely on big hits. That's okay, I guess. One of his cards is a life-gaining thing. Is he just straight burn? I don't think I've played against straight burn since it was a good deck way back in, what, like 2017. Yeah, take 200. Alright, and we just do the same thing. I mean, he's probably got toggle on, right? Because there's no way he just has nothing sitting there. But there's definitely not really a delay on these. I'm draw. The killer thing is if he's got the card that does damage to me based on cards in my hand. So obviously drowning we're negating. Countergate. I don't know if we need to negate countergate. I like to just to shove this damage through. It's like 4,200 damage. I think I'm going to. Just counter what he's doing and try to push damage in. Great. Holy cow, I haven't seen golden apples in ages. I should have just let it resolve. Because I could have killed the card and then... Now he's going to go to 1,600 from his little bug. He's got 4 cards in hand other than that. Plays a face down card, takes 600. So if I get another 2, just gonna go for it. Didn't seem like he had any hand traps. So 2, 1, 2, 2 direct attacks. Just screw the face down guy. Yeah, it looks like it. Alright. The shadow, I really like the shadow game mirrors. Again, because most of them are, like the game plan is to stall, and I can generally push a little more damage through than most of them. So, yeah, seems like a good matchup. Really bummed that I lost this. Not that it was a guaranteed win, but I think if I'm gonna save this. But I think if I would have chained the Kytroid into it, I would have put 2 Kytroid effects on the judge and only 1 would be negated. But, I don't know. Again, if you know how this game works and could tell me for sure that that would work, that would be awesome. Because intuitively, part of me just feels like I never want to activate Kytroid twice. Like, just twice in a row. But... who knows? Maybe that's the right play there. It seems like it has to be. Not doing it was definitely just a loss. So. Oh yeah, and I guess he had 7 cards in his graveyard. So if I could have stopped that attack, I would have won. Alright, so this hand is great. I don't know what Akiz is playing if she's not on balance. Why is there a delay on that? Alright, and this is also pretty ideal as far as traps go. So the only thing better that we could have is like a 3 or a 1. It's like if she gets synchros, we want a 1. If she doesn't, we want a 3. Okay. So I'm tempted to just bounce here. That's right, normal summon this, she has 4 cards. Since I don't have the kill in hand, maybe it's fine to let her start doing stuff and then bounce the synchros. But level duplication makes sense. So I don't know. If you're very aggressive, I think bouncing those 2 is like a fairly reasonable play. I don't even know what this guy does. Oh, he's the gain attack one. I don't think that matters. I'm gonna have to Sword Sting it anyway, but yeah, I think it just lets him get too many cards out. Like, he played the one he just drew. He would have had at least 1 face down one. I mean, I've got to do this no matter what. Show him the card he's already seen. Return it. You shouldn't have anything to do. So, yeah, I think... But yeah, then again, I'd only be hitting him for however much. Because I didn't draw the 3 or the 1. If this 2 was a 1 or a 3, I think I would have aggressively Sword Stinged. But since I don't have the kill on hand, I'd maybe rather him play more cards. One of these has to be Regeki Break, right? Or Karmic Cut. Though if he Karmic Cut, I would have expected it on this guy to negate. Kydrid's nice. I don't think it matters in this case which one I'm hitting with first. Maybe he's on Cyclone? Which is scary for him if he Cyclones. But no Cyclone. I don't know what trying to play. Okay, Ballista Squad. That's fair. Would he sacrifice a sword? Okay. So, I mean, he's... Man. More face down cards. So he's got his whole, like, combo going. And he's got face down cards. What is this guy? I don't think I've seen this one. Cannot be destroyed guy card effects. That doesn't matter to me. He's just gonna tribute him anyway. Go to the same guy. Who's gonna get big and try to one-shot me. And I think I want to throw down Oyam and hit a... with Isna and hit a 3. I think that's what I want. Oh, I guess I want a 1. The search isn't that big a deal, but bouncing this guy is great. Generally. And Sword Sting's not as good here. So, let's see. He's going to 9. So this becomes 3 cards that are all really good, and that's good insurance. So Karmic Cut's the best for him here, right? Because it negates and banishes. But he lets it go. I don't even know what he has then. What's he waiting for? Maybe he's got a Floodgate? Do they even play Floodgate? I thought it was like Ultimate Province, Karmic Cut, Regeki Break generally. And maybe he's on a suboptimal something, but yeah. Alright. That's usually a tough matchup because of all those cards I was saying. So Ultimate Province and Karmic Cut can hit your first Yosenju, negates the effect and destroys it. And they get to discard one of their zombies. So it's not really a downside for them, and they break your chain right there. So you just have to have the right cards to line up. And I don't even know what he had. Like, what were his 2 cards? Maybe Lances, but Lances, no, Chalices negate effects. So if there were Lances, maybe. But that's, I don't know what they run. So I think I'm gonna call it here. We're at about 40 minutes. That's longer than I even wanted it to be. Shoot, I just get so caught up talking. But anyways, so again, I'm really liking this deck, so I've been playing it. It's what I used last month to hit King of Games, and I haven't really committed gems to much else. I don't want to keep talking about that now. I guess so. I committed some gems to get some synchros like Black Rose Dragon and the Vermilion thing, whatever you want to call it. I don't even know how to just view all my cards, but oh, and they're so small here. But so I got Black Rose and that thing. I've been putting together Aroma Mages. Well, I mean, Aroma may just kind of build themselves after you have enough things to get the card trader. Yeah, so I spent a bunch getting to this guy and getting Black Rose. So I think that's all I'm going into whatever their box was. And then now I'm kind of, I don't know. I think everyone's advice is just to save your gems for Zexal, but I don't know. I've only been playing a month. I don't have any stables or anything. So unless like every card in Zexal is super good, then I should probably be getting staples here. Uh, so, and then I'll probably make a video about it, but I'm just the the person that always wants to build just every cheap deck, like just ignore all the top decks and then build cheap decks. So with this new box, boy oh boy, cheap decks. So Valkyries look really good, honestly. Like they've got some nice plays, and again, like maybe not top tier. I think any deck that has too much like you need a whole bunch of synergy and it doesn't pay off like a ton, then then it's not good, not as good. Like Blue Eyes is heavy synergy based, but you're just throwing out 3,000 attack guys, which is generally higher than like a lot of the like value synchro guys. So I think that ends up working, and you have bigger top end depending on what you're doing. If you're doing Ultimate Dragons or something else, um, but I mean just for the general play, like Valkyries looks good. This Karakuri, however, uh, looks interesting, but maybe it's because I'm new or I just there's a lot going on with these guys where the Valkyries seem like a little more straightforward. They have several guys that put guys into play. You can also hit Trimid Sphinx, which opens up a really cheap archetype. You'll get several of the Trimids in here probably, but if you hit Trimid Sphinx early, then you can go straight to was it Guardians of Rock, and that deck's quite cheap. Um, so it's like three like potential things in here that are fun. The other thing is looking at Trickstars. Um, I like the idea of them, and it's something that people have mentioned might be coming up more in new sets since they just dropped a few in here. And a few at like low rarities. Like this is the rarest one is at rare, and then everything else is normal. There might be a no, just rare, and then everything is normal down here, which to me is kind of crazy and seems like they're gonna push them in a new box. But yeah, so I have too many spots I'm tempted to spend gems on. I think Judgment Force and Dark Dimension, kind of Future Horizon, kind of Truth Universe, but they're just all like super value, like contain their own decks. Like the whole Invoker setup, your Elemental Saber stuff, Chocolate Magician Girl, or yeah, Invocation together. You get Gravekeeper stuff, which used to be a really good deck. Again, back when I was playing in 2017. But I know now it's like not as crazy, but it still looks like it's got some legs. But yeah, so just a lot going on in this one that's all useful. This Samurai Destroyer is in almost every deck. I've seen this guy even in a lot of machine decks, or any deck that has access to machine non-tuners. Sorry. So I don't know. So there's just all these value ones. This one a little less so, but there's a few things. Super heavy samurais. It's like the deck that builds out of it, and then there's random cards in here that you want. If I had one Chain Disappearance, I think I might play a single Chain Disappearance because, like, just some of the harder matchups, Chain Disappearance really helps. And you can just randomly hammer some decks with Chain Disappearance, but I don't know. What do you take out? A secret move? Maybe, and maybe that's better. Maybe it's better to have some floodgate, yeah, floodgate trap holes instead of so many sword stings or secret moves. But then I think you're shifting more towards just playing a stall deck, and it's not really what I want. I was hesitant to switch to Shadow Game, but I tried it and it's just too good. I have a Judgment Force. It's got the whole Lightsworn thing, which is used in just so many decks. Every deck. Not every deck, but so many decks. So, and then Lunalights, the deck like builds itself. You just play all your Lunalights and then the fusion, and it's good. I keep saying good, but it can win games. Um, and for Lunalight, they can just steal games. But and a lot of these, the downside you'll start to see is just a lot of them will fold the Floodgate. Um, you get your big guy, and then Floodgate just hammers it. But yeah, so random thoughts on where to spend my gems and what I'm thinking. I mean, if this thing really blows up and people start watching this, hey, maybe I'll throw a bunch of money into this game. But probably not. I guess that's something of note. I'm free to play right now on this account. Um, I think it's the decks or like just the game's really accessible right now. I've gotten probably a total of 20 something thousand gems off just being free to play. Uh, I've gone through this this box too many times because I built Ritual Beast first and then built Yosenju's. Um, I had to hit the 2,1s, which again, look how lucky I am. Oh man. But but yeah, so have still spent like a decent amount of gems. Have bought like 6 of the pre-constructed decks. I think I've been touching Fortress of Gears just for Roma mages. It reset because I got to 10 packs away from Ballista Squad. So I was just like, hey, at most it's 10 packs, and it was the last pack. So it reset after that. But so I got a Ballista Squad just because it took me a million years to get Splendid Rose and Humid Winds, which I'm not even using. Well, I'm using Splendid Rose. But anyways, enough rambling. I'll make more videos if, well, I'll make more videos even if no one likes this because I talk to myself anyway while I play these games. So cool. Um, Again, if you guys hate it, like it, whatever, just let me know. Feedback's nice. Um, yeah, catch you guys later. Thanks.